And that one sentence is why they just killed one of the most popular deal in developer tools. And GitHub was losing $20 on average per month per user on that Copilot subscription. So from June 1st of 2026, flat rate Copilot is dead. The per user usage and cost both are exploding, and that is why the flat rate deal is ending. Today, a quick chat and a multi-hour autonomous session cost the same amount. That was GitHub's Chief Product Officer in April 2026. And that one sentence is why they just killed one of the most popular deal in developer tools. Copilot was only $10 a month, flat, unlimited, use it as much as you want. And GitHub was losing $20 on average per month per user on that Copilot subscription. And for some users, they lost as much as $80 per month. GitHub called it their endless shrimp moment. You may remember this. Red Lobster in 2024 ran an all-you-can-eat shrimp promo. Customers showed up and ate so much shrimp, it helped push Red Lobster into bankruptcy. GitHub said it out loud, we cannot sell AI like Red Lobster's endless shrimp. So from June 1st of 2026, flat rate Copilot is dead. Every AI cost is going to be credit based now. And the interesting part is, this isn't just about GitHub. It's about the economics underneath every AI tool you are building your product on right now. Because every single AI subscription was never priced to cost cover. It was priced to acquire. This is like Uber back in 2012 to 2018. Rides priced below what they cost to deliver. Drivers get paid more than riders pay, and all of it running on investor money. The bet is the same. Get enough people logged in, build the habit, build the network, then normalize pricing once switching costs are too high. OpenAI, for instance, is projected to lose $180 billion in acquisition costs through year 2030. And that too in the bull case. This is not a company making money on your subscription. This is a company buying your loyalty with someone else's capital and betting it would pay off because you are logged in. But because of Jevons Paradox and the demand skyrocketing, the normalization has already started in the AI world. Nick Turley from OpenAI said it directly. There's no world in which pricing doesn't change significantly. This is a polite way of saying prices will go up once you can't leave. Now you might be thinking, wait, I've heard the opposite. I've heard AI is getting cheaper, not more expensive. And you're not wrong. GPT-4 was $30 per million input tokens back in 2023. Today, GPT-4o, a much better model, is at $2.50. That's a 92% drop. So which is it? Are prices going up or down? Well, both. And that's not a contradiction. Because there are two things that are happening at the same time. First, intelligence gets cheaper over time. GPT-4 class intelligence went from $30 to $2.50. But at the same time, the newer frontier models are actually priced higher. OpenAI's latest model didn't launch at $2.50. Its input cost is 3 to 5 times what the previous generation cost. Combined, this is exactly what we saw with smartphones. Cheaper smartphones become better over time, but the flagship models were actually increasing in price gradually. And when something gets cheaper and better, people use more of it. Actually, a lot more. Because a lot more new use cases open up when they are economically more feasible. Economists have a name for this, the Jevons Paradox. In 1800s, Coal steam engines got more efficient. Britain didn't use less coal, rather, they used a dramatically more amount because suddenly it was worth burning everywhere. Same thing is happening with AI. Per token cost fell 92% since 2023, and for the same class of intelligence, right now it's $2.50. But the enterprise spend skyrocketed, with the average company spending from 1.2 million in 2024 to up to 7 million in 2026, up a whopping 483%. And that's before you factor in agents. Because humans are not chatting anymore. We are running agents that trigger 10, 15, 20 model calls per task, not one. Even if every single one of those calls is cheaper than last year, there are 20 of them. The math flipped, and everyone is after the newest model, which is sure is more smarter but is also more expensive. So the math flips again, and this time multifolds. So the per user usage and cost both are exploding, and that is why the flat rate deal is ending. And when your usage gets metered, you start seeing what that actually costs. But contrary to the popular notion, SaaS in itself is not dying. The pricing model of SaaS is what's changing. Products with a fixed per seat per month pricing are on the chunking block. And the products with AI features that are not tied to AI cost, those are impacted even more. Because let's say your product pricing is $49 per month per user, and right now your AI cost, the actual bill serving AI features is, let's say, $3 per user per month. That's a comfortable margin. The math works for you right now. But what happens when that AI cost increases to $9 per month per user? Your unit economics just got harder. Not broken, but harder. But what happens at $25? What happens at $50? You're either eating up that margin, or you're passing it down to their customers, or you're cutting the feature. Now, this is not theoretical. This is the exact math GitHub was doing when they killed the flat rate billing. The founders who get ahead of this do three specific things. First, the AI COGS, the actual per user AI cost in your product. If you don't know that number right now and you're not actively tracking, you are flying blind. Second, model what happens if that number doubles or triples. VCs are already asking this in their due diligence. What percentage of your COGS is AI compute? Have you modeled what happens if API prices double? Third, build on cost flexibility, not on a single model. Routing cheap models for classification and expensive models for reasoning. Provide flexibility, and also think about portability, so you are not logged in to one AI labs pricing. The startups that survive this AI pricing normalization are the ones that can shift their cost architecture without rebuilding the whole product. And if you want a second set of eyes on your AI architecture or features before the pricing assumptions you baked in stop being true, my team can help. Link is in the description if that's relevant. Now, the founders who understand what's actually happening in AI economics right now, while the pricing is still cheap, those are the ones who build products that survive this normalization. The founders who assume today's pricing is permanent will be surprised. Today, a quick chat, question, and a multi-hour autonomous session cost the same amount. That's not a complaint, that's a confession from GitHub. GitHub CPO was describing a pricing structure that was never actually designed to work. Flat rate, unlimited usage, no relationship between what you consume and what you pay. GitHub is owned by Microsoft, but other companies like Google, Meta, Amazon are collectively spending $1 trillion on the AI infrastructure as we speak. And the subsidized AI pricing cannot help them either. To recoup the investment, let alone the ROI. And if you're wondering like what exactly this $1 trillion structure is and if that can ever be paid off, that exactly is what my next video is about. And spoiler alert, the hardware that they are buying today may become economically obsolete before that's even paid off. Because that's already happening and the math is brutal. That's the next video. Subscribe so you don't miss that one. That's going to be an interesting one. Thank you so much for watching.